Hello, dear friends. Welcome to the show, Jack Zhao on the East West Show with G&E TV. Yes, about yesterday, we did a show prior to hearing the news about the announcement of President Barack Obama, which is going to be, next few hours, like 5 or 6 hours, to make his declaration or announcement for his executive order over the immigration issue. To make a little background of our position at this show, though, we are playing neutral, especially at a time when there are conflicts between ideas or something like that, or concept, or anyway, try to be fair to everybody. So in order to be fair to everybody, we want to let our audience hear opinions on the left side and opinions on the right-hand side. So left to right, right, left to make a better judgment, right? So now, in order to make that, we have a good friend both to me personally and also to the show, Mr. Ken Hamming, to talk about it. So I told him that I'm ready to argue with him. He says he's ready too, but not necessarily. So to be disagreeable Correct. Is not a good thing. But sometimes it's good to disagree. Right?
Intellectual debate.
Yeah, very good. Or high IQ debate,
yes.
Or something like that. So once again, I say welcome to you.
Thank you for letting me be here with your viewers today, and it's a subject that I have deep interest in,
okay.
And it's going to be an enjoyable conversation.
Very good, I hope so. How do you feel on hearing the news about his announcement or declaration scheduled for 5 o'clock our time today?
Well, this is one of the issues that we could talk about for 100 hours. Okay, But just in terms of a little bit of background, many times before, President Obama has stated that he is not empowered, does not have the ability, the legal ability to make the declaration that he is going to do tonight. Mm-hmm. It is not provided in the Constitution, and I'm not a constitutional lawyer, but what they're saying, and yet he's doing it anyway. Mm-hmm. And then two interesting things that happened. The president had a bunch of the Democratic leaders for dinner last night, explaining things. And one of the things that he had said to them is that he's about to deliver to them a permanent underclass of people that will likely vote Democrat in the future. So one of the great reasons for this order that he's going to do tonight is to bring in more people that will likely vote Democratic. And then also, this is very interesting. A couple of years ago, I went to the Latin Grammys, which was phenomenal to be at. The Latin Grammys are tonight, and they start at 7 o'clock till about 9:30. And at 8 o'clock, they are going to interrupt the Latin Grammys, so Obama give that a 10-minute break so he can say it when they have a captive audience of approximately 9 million people they had last year. So that's kind of, I call that sort of, political gerrymandering so those things bother me.
Okay, all right, that's a good take. And that is a take anyway.
It's a take, yeah.
It's a take. It's your take. It's your take anyway. Yeah. But I have questions.
Yes, sir.
Now, forget the content of a declaration or executive order or announcement or whatever.
Yes, sir.
Right? By Constitution, does the President of the United States have the right vested in him to make executive orders?
A president does have a right to make executive orders. This is of an extraordinarily power grab that I think is not constitutionally, and he has said he did not have the right to do this many times publicly before. And so he's just doing it anyway. He doesn't have to run for re-election. I believe he has...
Excuse me.
Yes.
As a person, forget the presidency. as a person, does he or she have a right to say, I thought that I wasn't going to do it yesterday, but I do think I can do it today? Does that sound legit to you?
I don't think that's what he did. I think that he always planned on doing it, and he would say these things before that were not statements he was committed to.
All right, okay.
I think it's been in his master plan
You're
the whole
saying that
time.
because of the content of the issue, that you say is unconstitutional, right?
Well, I don't say that's what they're saying, and he said it many times himself. He said it. I'm quoting his words.
Whatever he says,
Right.
okay, does the Constitution have to consider what he says before or
No,
after?
the Constitution
It says, yes, a president of the United States has the right to make his executive order at any time over any issue he believes right.
It does not. Absolutely not.
Does not?
100% no. Because it doesn't.
Why does the Constitution
Because
say
then he wouldn't.
in your mind?
Then he wouldn't be the president of our company. He would be the dictator. He would be the dictator.
No,
he would be the
don't
emperor.
use the exact word.
No, but it's true.
Don't use that kind of word.
It's
because
true.
When you say dictating, you're denying the whole system. We have a check and balance, right? Okay.
No.
Outside the check and balance, you have president's executive order, right? Executive order included equally as in the Constitution as the other side, like say decisions of Congress, all right, and bill passed through the Congress, through both houses. So that is constitutional. Doesn't look unconstitutional to me.
Okay, I think you're wrong, and we disagree, and then time will tell.
Time will tell. No. When you say time will tell, you're still dragging yourself to the content. Well, I'm not talking about content of the issue. I'm talking about the action of the issue. The action.
A president is not allowed under the Constitution to do anything he wants, or he would not be serving the people.
And then, of course. Okay, if history prove that he was wrong, he was abusing his constitutional right or power as a president of the United States, you can later on vote him out. You can impeach him.
Yes.
Right? Can you? All right.
It depends if the.
Can we say, let's say, it is legal to go by the constitutional right that vests in the United States of America until history proven he was wrong. So that is the point when he gets either impeached or he's not voted again.
You know, we've talked about the joy of China going more to a rule of law, okay? This president is going toward more of a rule of man, and he's the man.
Yeah, I mean, okay. Don't be judgmental, all right? Let's check one by one, element by element. So first element we're talking about, is it constitutional for a president of the United States to issue his executive order?
Not without limitations, no. There are limitations. What is
the limitation? Is there anything above Constitution to set forth a limitation? No.
The Constitution is the document.
The Constitution is document which says the President of the United States has the right to issue his executive order as content of it.
Not unlimited. No, that's not true.
Not even included.
Not true. I don't think so. No, but we'll find out. Yeah, I don't think so.
No.
He can't.
No. I still have to be stubborn on this, right? Call me a stubborn boy or whatever.
No, we're both interested.
I am. Yes, I am talking about the fact of a president of the United States exercising his right, his constitutional right to executive order, to issue his executive order.
But what you're saying to me, Jack, which I believe is incorrect, is that you believe the president can have an executive order of anything in the world he wants to do. Like you're saying the president could just get rid of the military.
Yeah, all right.
And they can't do that.
Good point. You are talking about being a good president or being a bad president, right?
Well,
okay, forget the part being good or bad president. Is a president of the United States, right? Does he not have the right? Now, for us to choose a good president, that's our job. Unluckily, we have chosen a bad one. For example, a bad one who makes bad decisions, who makes bad executive orders, but does that violate his constitutional right? That is my exact
He does not have a constitutional right to issue an executive order on anything in the world he wants to do.
So we're doing a dogfight here.
No,
So-
I think if it is, then it's not a president. Then it's outside of the legal
let,
system.
let both you and me back a little bit from the point, right? Let's just see the point as a point.
'Kay.
Not your point, not my point, just a point. Right?
Absolutely.
Okay, let's do it that way. Once again, I want to rephrase it. Does the President of the United States have the right vested in him by Constitution to issue an executive order as he thinks, he believes, he might, in parentheses, he might be proven wrong later or even tomorrow, but at this moment, does he not have the right?
Not on an unlimited basis, no.
Now, once again, you're dragging into your own concept.
Well, no. This is what the
Okay,
the
suppose,
lawyers,
suppose
what the,
if
the
the
scholars.
Declaration is not about immigration, it's about awarding Ken Haming with a purple medal.
Right. That there are limits, there are differences in the degree.
Okay,
yeah.
say if President Barack Obama is
Right.
making his executive order, making me a hero of the nation, or give me a whatever, right? So change the content. Let's change the content.
Yeah, that would be
Or
just
President
that would be
Obama
just
say,
a-
hey, let's start the construction of the pipeline, of the gas line, the petroleum line from north to south, and let's do that.
He should not do that by executive order. It is a legal process, a lawful process of the Congress and the Senate and the president vetoing or approving the bills. This country is run by laws that are created through our elected representatives. They're supposed to be laws of the people, not laws of the person.
Suppose, let's back up a little bit, one more step, right? He has the right to issue a constitutional, the executive order. He has the right to veto anything, any bill. Does he?
He can veto whatever he wants. It may be intelligent or not.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, for his right of imposing and vetoing that rests in him by Constitution, how come when he does this veto or whatever veto, he is right, and when he does this issue of his executive order is wrong?
I'm not saying the veto's right. It's just a choice he makes at the time that is provided by the Constitution.
Okay.
There are limits to executive orders that dramatically can change the country.
Sure.
And hurt us economically, hurt us
Speaking of the
spiritually.
limits, who makes the limits?
The Supreme Court.
The
will
Supreme
judge,
Court.
Yes.
The Supreme Court. How come you make your conclusion before the Supreme Court even speaks up?
I didn't make a conclusion.
Your conclusion is that he's wrong to do
I
that.
believe what he's doing is number one, he's supposed to serve the people, and the majority of the people, 68%, are against this
Your
action.
evidence of he is not serving the people? Any evidence that he's not serving the people?
When the majority of the people disapprove of this order, which they do,
And the majority,
then he is
When you
being,
say majority, do you have numbers?
68% in the latest
68%
poll
of what? Of who?
of the people polled.
Of people
It's
polled
not every
of
person in
what
America.
kind of people?
Random.
You're random.
Random.
Random. Who did it?
There's many polls, so I can't. There's many polls.
And on my side, there are polls for 48% supporting and 37% go against it. So we're talking about polled in polls, and then we're talking about totally different things, the orange and apple. So let's take a short moment out. Right now, I'm in the kind of a friendly argument with my friend Ken Haming over some issue that probably both sides of you would be interested. Either you support it, go proactive, or you go opposing it. But no matter, but it's the issue at stake right now. Right?
Absolutely.
So let's take a short moment out. When we come back, we'll continue the argument. However, we forget the constitutional right part.
Yeah.
We'll talk about issue itself. All right? Okay. So stay with us.